Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie for those of you that do not know and are new, and if you're not new then welcome back. Before I say anything else, I want to thank you guys so much for 100,000 subscribers. I cannot believe it, and I hit 100,000 on my birthday. It was the best birthday present ever. I literally cried. It's still so surreal to me. I started my channel on Black Friday and it is what? November. It's not November. It is February 20th and I hit 100,000 subscribers. That's crazy. That's freaking nuts. And now I feel like you guys are like my best friends and I always just want to hop on camera and talk to you. I have so much going on in my life right now that I cannot wait to share with you guys. I just want to wait for like the perfect moment. But anyway, this video is about Jaclyn Hill's new palette with MORPHE. This is her second palette that she's done with them. I have not opened it. I've not looked at it. I wanted to open it on camera. So without further ado, let us open the palette. Crap, I didn't even bring scissors or anything. Thumbtack, because I thumbtacked my freaking backdrop to my wall because I forgot my stand and I'm filming in a new area, which I will explain to you very soon. Oh my god, they sent me 2 of them. Just kidding. I ordered 2 because y'all knew that I was gonna give you one, duh. So I ordered 2. One for me and one for you. Oh, that was so lame. I did not mean for that to rhyme. I wanted to thank you guys for 100,000 subscribers. So stay tuned till the end of the video and I will give you guys like all the rules to enter. But for now, let's open mine. Oh, and I also got this P. Louise base because I see every freaking beauty person on YouTube using this and I always wanted to try it. I'm excited. So this is what it looks like. I don't know if you guys saw a video that I posted a while back called Fresh versus Fierce, but basically the concept of the video was doing a more intense fierce eye on one side and then a more wearable look on the other eye. So that's what I was thinking I wanted to do for this video as well. I do want to make it a series as like cheesy as the name is. I just don't know what else to call it, okay? If you could think of a better name, let me know. I know that you guys always want to see multiple looks with one palette, so I thought that it would just be most beneficial to do a more wearable look on one eye and then a more intense look on the other eye because not everyone is going to be wearing a pink, purple, orange, red, glitter, smoky eye every day, you know? So just a heads up, this is not going to be a review. I'm sorry if that upsets some of you guys. I want to talk about that for like 2.5 seconds because I know my intros are so freaking long. I just like to talk to you guys, honestly. But anyway, first of all, at this point, there's probably multiple in-depth reviews on this palette. At the end of the day, I did not start a YouTube channel to review things and drag people and brands through the mud. That is not why I started a YouTube channel, and that's not to say I will never do reviews. For now, it's just not a road that I want to travel down. Honestly, coming from someone whose life has been so revolved around artistry from the time I was a little girl, I was drawing and painting, and then when I got a little bit older, I stopped doing makeup on a canvas and started doing it on people's faces. Coming from someone who their whole entire life, they've gotten so much joy out of creating things, I could never imagine putting my heart and soul into a piece of art and then having someone turn around and rip it to shreds and tell me how ugly it is or how much it sucks or how much I could have done this or whatever have you. That would tear me up inside and I don't ever want to do that to anybody else. So instead of me going down the path of reviewing things, I would rather buy things that I'm interested in and demonstrate them and teach you guys how to use things as opposed to getting a product and being like, well, I would have did this and this sucks and I don't like this and this could be better. Like that's just not what I'm here to do. I love makeup and I love playing with makeup and I started a channel to pass along whatever knowledge I've gained throughout the years about makeup and help those of you that are watching that want to learn. I know that some people hop on camera and they drag brands and products through the mud, and if they want to do that, fine on them, but that's not what I'm here to do. I just don't want you guys to mistake that for like me not being honest or not telling you my honest opinions. It's like at the end of the day, just because I don't like something doesn't mean that someone else won't love it. I just don't really have any interest in being a review channel at this point. Like I said, it's not to say that I will never do it. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna buy products that I love, and if you so happen to buy the product, then you can watch the video and see some cool makeup looks on it. It is what it is. Anyway, I'm just gonna stare at this palette for the next couple minutes and think of 2 different eye looks I can come up with, and then we shall begin. Okay, so we are up close and personal, and I just primed this eye using the P. Louise base in Rumor 01. You guys are gonna have to excuse my wrinkly ass eyelids, okay? I just turned 29. I'm trying my best. So we are going to do the more fierce look on this eye. I'm just gonna play around because I can't really think of what to do, and then we'll just see how it goes. I'm gonna start off by mixing Feeling Myself and Grateful on a MAC 286 brush. I'm making sure to tap off all the excess off my brush before I go in because I've already done my base first. So I'm gonna bring my hand all the way back on this brush, and I'm gonna use very light pressure. I'm gonna start in the middle, and I'm basically just going to lay that color down. Maybe I shouldn't have done the colorful look on this side because I have a freaking scar there, but if it blends over the scar, then you know it's good, right? So basically I'm just taking my brush and moving it in little circles, and I'm blending it all the way up to my brow bone, and then all the way in this inner corner. When I get to the edge, I'm just gonna kind of like scratch the sides and flick it out. Now I'm just gonna pick up a little bit more of those 2 shades, the Feeling Myself and Grateful, and I'm gonna build the color up even more. Tap off the excess. When you're doing a more intricate eye look, I feel like the best policy is to just go a little bit at a time and build it up, and that's how you'll get the prettiest blend. And I don't want to go crazy and blend this back and forth and fluff it everywhere because we are dealing with pigmented colors. I just want to keep everything very precise, and I'm not going as far as I did the last time because I want it to be more blown out. So I'm just focusing the circles a little bit tighter this time, whereas before I was kind of being a little more messy. And also, if you haven't noticed, I brought my fingers up on the brush a little bit more because I want to be a little more precise. It's easier to have control when your fingers are up on the brush a little more. And then once again, when I go to the edge, bringing my fingers back on the brush and flicking outwards. Now, using that same exact brush, I'm going to dip into Livin' My Best, and I'm going to coat my brush with this and tap off the excess. Now, once again, I'm going to bring my grip up on this brush. Even though it's a fluffier brush, I still want it to be blown out, but I want to keep it very precise. So I'm going to keep this still in my crease, but lower and tighter than the rest of the shade. Just working in little tiny circles still. And I don't care if it gets on the lid because I'm going to cover it up. It's just hard for me to not get colors on my lid because my eyes are so deep set. I'm not worried about that. Just working in tiny little circles, bringing it all the way in. Another good trick when you're doing eyeshadow is if you kind of look shocked and you raise your eyebrows, your skin becomes a little more taut and you get a nicer blend. I'm gonna go back in windshield wiper motions into that crease, and then once again getting to the edge and using very light pressure and scratching out the edges. Now on a MAC 224 brush, I'm going to dip into the shade Oh Hello. Saturate my brush with it. I don't know if I'm gonna show it every single time, but just know that every single time I dip into another shade, I'm making sure to dust off the excess. For this color, I'm going to keep this very tight and just in my crease. I'm gonna start off with stamping this color. So basically, I'm just moving my hand back and forth, and I'm just stamping it, raising my eyebrows to really get in that crease. Now the motion of you just kind of like picking up and patting down your brush like this, it's definitely going to blend out the color for you. If you feel like it's not blending it out for you, you can still always go in windshield wiper motions back and forth. Just make sure that the majority of that pigment is already laid down before you start fluffing your brush back and forth and fluffing the pigment everywhere. By doing exactly what I'm doing, this is kind of how I can get away with doing my base first and not really getting a lot of fallout, because I'm just being really careful and stamping that product on, not just like putting it on and then fluffing it everywhere and then the pigment's just flying everywhere. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm just slowly building this color up. And then once the majority of that pigment is off of my brush, once again, go to the edges and scratch the sides to blend it out with the other colors. Now, just to prove a point, and I'm not trying to be shady, because if I looked at the specs of this palette, I can almost guarantee you that this is a pressed pigment. Look how fluffy this shade is. As soon as I put my brush into it, it fluffs everywhere. And I don't care about that. I don't have a problem with that. Who cares if you fall out in the pan, honestly? Like, I don't really get why people are bothered by that. I want my eyeshadows to be as pigmented as possible. So like them being really pigmented and fluffing around doesn't bother me. But I can almost guarantee you that this is a pressed pigment by the way that it is fluffing everywhere. And I have not a single speck of purple on my face because I make sure I dust off the excess and I make sure that I just stamp it on very carefully. If I was to dip my brush in that shade and then just start fluffing it everywhere on my eye, it would literally go everywhere. I'd have it all over my face. So you just tap off the excess, go very gently, put your fingers all the way up here on this brush. Don't be afraid to like really get in there. Just take your time, and just by stamping up and down and up and down and back and forth and not fluffing around and going crazy, it'll literally do the work for you. The only thing that you'd have to do is just scratch the edges and then you're done. I'm gonna go in with Stay True on a MAC 217 brush. Ew, I just spit. Gross. So for this shade, I'm just gonna basically take my brush and twist it around and really saturate it. I don't think this shade is gonna show up too much, but I just wanna start pulling in a little bit more purple. And I'm going to press this and stamp it, and I want to cover the outer third of my lid with this color. I've used a lot of more reddish maroon color so far, and now I wanna pull in a little bit more of a purpley burgundy color. I'm also going to bring this color into that inner corner and stamp it onto the inner third of my lid. Now that I'm gonna be doing mostly lid work, I wanna switch over to more of a packer brush. So I'm gonna use a MAC 242, and I've used probably dozens of packing brushes, and to this day, this is still, to me, the best brush there is. I'm going to go into Not My Journey, and I'm going to same thing, load up my brush and just twist it back and forth and make sure it's staying super flat. I just really want to saturate the brush and pack this color on. And I'm going to focus this color more on my actual lid, not in my crease, really just stamping it on and building a color up. I'm actually going to bring this color all the way across my lid. So I'm going to start here and I'm going to bring it all the way to here. I have accumulated like 5 specks of purple eyeshadow on my cheek. So basically what I'm gonna do is take a bigger fluffy brush and dip it the tiniest bit in a translucent powder, load it up, and then tap off the excess. And I'm just gonna flick up. Don't swipe it, just flick upwards. And it should all go away. Okay. This is what we have so far. I actually saw Lipstick Nick do kind of like a purpley yellow eye, and I'm kind of thinking I want to try to do something like that because I really want to play with the shade Talia. I'm going to go in with the P. Louise base, and I'm going to kind of like stamp out a little bit of a triangle onto my eyelid. I want to keep it kind of thicker at the bottom and then make it go skinnier at the top. You know what, I'm actually going to use a pencil brush for this because it has more of a pointed tip and I want it to be a little bit skinnier. So I'm actually going to use a Morphe M431 to do this. It's a lot easier for me to look forward when I'm doing this because I want it to kind of cup like my actual eyeball. So if you look forward and you see where your eyeball starts and stops, I want the line to start and stop where my actual eyeball is. So that when I'm like looking straight at somebody, it kind of just is centered. And then from there, I'm going to just stamp it upwards. And the further I go up, the skinnier I want the line. This doesn't have to be super precise. We're just gonna blend eyeshadow right on top of it. I'm just trying to like clear a space so that I can add some color. So I think I'm gonna mix Feeling Myself with Living My Best. And I'm just going to stamp right on the edges. And then once again, I'm cleaning off the pencil brush and I'm going to put a little bit more of that base right down the center. Okay, those shades were definitely pressed pigments because they stain the shit out of this brush, but this brush is actually clean. I'm just gonna go in with Talia on the same brush and I'm going to spray with some Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. And I'm going to pack that onto the center of the lid. I'm also just gonna pick that up on my finger. It's actually showing up really, really nicely with a brush, but I just wanna pack a little bit more on and trying to kind of blend out those edges with my finger. All right, so the top is all finished, and now for the bottom lash line, I'm going to take Thick Skin and I'm going to blend that pretty far down on my lower lash line. I'm also just gonna make sure I'm connecting the shade all the way out here. Then on a MAC 212 brush, I'm going to take Stay True and Not My Journey. And I'm going to put that on my lower lash line. I just wanna make sure that it's drugged down far enough so that this all connects and blends nicely with each other. I'm actually gonna switch brushes and go in with an E36. And I'm going to focus on Stay True this time and pack this out here and connect it out here. And then going back in with Not My Journey, I'm gonna put this once again pretty close to the lower lash line so we really get a pop of that purple. All right, we're almost done. I'm just gonna take the nude liner from Awake Beauty and I'm going to run this on my lower lash line. I'm just gonna pick up a little bit more of Talia on a Morphe 160 brush. Once again, spray the brush and I'm going to stamp this color very carefully right onto that liner. I'm actually gonna use this mirror that's right in front of me because I need to be careful. And then for the last and final step, I'm going to take the shade Talia on this pencil brush and spray it one more time. And I'm going to pop this in the inner corner of my eye. I'm just gonna pop on some mascara and a lash and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back and this is one eye all complete. I put on a Lily lash in the style Ella and I still wanted a dramatic lash, but I wanted it to be like a little more spacey so that when I'm looking, you can still see the lid color. If you're familiar with Lily lashes, I feel like a Miami would have been even better, but I don't have one of those right now, so this will have to suffice. You're looking at me and you're thinking, Katie, when the hell am I ever going to wear a purpley red smoky eye with a goldy orange lid? Then I completely understand. My boyfriend just texted me, I have something to tell you. I have something to tell you, ... Interesting. What does he have to tell me? He said it's bad. Okay. What's that?
Down somewhere?
Yeah, why? Oh my god.
I went to the gym and I'm like, you wanna know something? I was like, I have nothing to do. I was like, I had like 200, or no, I had like $400 on me and I was so mad I was down to my last 100 and I was like, cause like I already went to the gym, right? Like, I was pretty much I stopped here and I was gonna wait for my mom to get in.
What?
Crazy. So this lady said next to me, she was like, you're gonna hit 10,000. I'm like, no. She was, no, you're gonna hit it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, crazy, right?
Wait, turn it, flip it around one more time. Can you see that? Wait, hold on. My boyfriend is sitting down at a slot machine and just won $11,000 freaking dollars. Wow.
It paid for her birthday.
Holy shit, congrats.
Thanks. Let me know when you're out, man. Pick up my mom shortly. I'm leaving here.
Okay. Well, congratulations.
All right. Are you gonna be done filming or? Oh, hang on. We're getting cash.
Okay. The person just came over to pay him, so he had to hang up. But holy freaking shit, my boyfriend just won $11,000. Jesus Christ, he is so lucky. I don't ever gamble. I hate freaking gambling. It's literally the worst thing ever. But My boyfriend, he'll like dabble in it every once in a while, but he only ever puts in like $100 or like 20 bucks, but he always wins. One time I gave him like $5 to pay for valet, but he had already like pre-tipped, and then he took that $5 and put it in just like a poker something at a bar when we were stopping there to get food after work, and he just put the $5 in just to play it. Literally won $3,500. I was like, what the heck? He's just lucky, dude. $11,000. Anyway, I've completely lost my train of thought, but if you're thinking to yourself, I can't freaking wear this, then it's okay, I got you covered. I'm going to be doing a very simple, wearable, everyday look on this eye. I think with this eye, I want to play with the shade Drama Queen, and this definitely has a little bit more of like a purple undertone to it, so I think I'm going to go in with Perfectionist because I think that the tones of these two match the best. I'm going to load up my brush, and once again, this is just the same MAC 286. I'm gonna start with the color up here by the front of my brow and just build it up right in the center. You guys cannot see what I'm doing, sorry. I'm gonna kind of build up the color right here, and then I'm going to go in windshield wiper motions and blend it out. When I'm doing this, I'm never picking my brush up off of my eye. I'm just in swift motions going back and forth. I'm just gonna slowly build this color up, but as you can see, I'm not being as meticulous with the lighter colors. I'm definitely being like a little more messy and not packing it on so much. Sorry, I'm just gonna pluck these hairs really quick because I'm driving me crazy. You know, I have never in my whole entire life gotten my eyebrows done. Isn't that crazy? I've always just plucked them myself, but I don't even really pluck them. My eyebrows are just naturally skinny. I just kind of pluck like a couple hairs in here and then a couple hairs out here, and that's really it. I always wish that I had a little bit more of a brow, but what are you gonna do? I'm just picking up a little bit more of that color and focusing it out here. And then once again, scratching the edges. So now I'm just gonna dip into Comfort Zone, same brush, and I'm going to place my brush right here on this outer corner, and I'm gonna just wiggle it back and forth. Just wiggling it back and forth onto the lid and into that little pocket of my outer corner. I want the littlest, tiniest bit more of depth on the outer corner, so I'm going to pick up Perfectionist, the lighter color, and I'm going to literally like dab my brush into next. I also just want to tie in like a little bit more of a purpley undertone because I think it'll look good with the Drama Queen shade, but I still want to keep it very light and wearable. Same thing, just wiggling, and then I'm going to actually start sweeping inwards. The whole point of this eye is to be very just simple, effortless, and easy. So I'm gonna take my index finger and I'm going to hop into Drama Queen. I'm going to apply this with my finger all over the lid. I'm also going to take Bougie and I'm going to mix that in as well. Then I'm just gonna go back in with the M507 and Perfectionist, and I'm gonna run that under my lower lash line. And then with the M431, a little bit more of a dense pencil brush, I'm going to pick up Comfort Zone. That's just that shade that's like 2 shades deeper than Perfectionist. And I'm going to run that closer to my lash line. And then once again, I'm just going in with that Awake Beauty nude liner, and I'm going to line my inner waterline. And just to make sure that really pops, I'm going to dip into Next and pick up the tiniest bit and mix it in with Perfectionist one more time. And I'm going to go really tight on that lower lash line just to make the nude liner pop a little bit more. So I'm just gonna put it right up along that lower lash line and kind of just wiggle it right on the outer corner. The final thing I'm going to do just to really open up the eye is I'm going to hop into this matte shade called Certified. It's just like a bone color, and I'm going to pop that into the inner corner of this eye. just like that. All right, that was easy enough. So now I'm just going to pop on some lashes and mascara, and I'll be right back to wrap up this video. I want to do one more thing. I'm just gonna pick up this shade Next one more time on this flat liner brush, and I'm just going to gently push this into the lash line, just to give the lashes like a little bit of a deeper base. Alrighty, we are all done. So let me just fix my hair a little bit. These are the two looks that I came up with. Obviously, one is way more dramatic than the other, and the other one is a little bit more of a fresh, everyday look. I'm sorry if my base makeup looks like it's freaking falling apart. It is falling apart. It's been on my face since like 3 p.m. and it is 12:49, Friday, February 21st. What does that mean? It means I'm not sleeping again, okay? Once again. It's fine though. Got the video done. Who needs sleep when you got yellow Red Bull, you know? Anyway, to wrap this video up, what are my thoughts on the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette? I'm not gonna tell you. Yeah, I think that you guys are big boys and girls. I think that you can see how these shadows performed and make an executive decision whether you think it was a good palette or not. I just wanted to demonstrate how the eyeshadows could be used if you do like this palette and you do want to pick it up, or if you already got the palette and you have it in your hands already. If you saw the palette and you saw the way it performed and you like the palette and you want to win one, then all you have to do is be subscribed to this channel, turn on the notification bell, and comment down below which side do you like best. Do you like the fierce side or do you like the fresh side? If you would like an extra entry in the giveaway, then I'm going to upload a picture of this makeup look on my Instagram today at Katy Hodges if you would like to follow me there. Comment to me on that photo. What should you comment? Comment to me what you would do if you sat down at a slot machine and won $11,000, okay? And then the people that follow me on Instagram that don't watch my YouTube videos, they'll just look at the comments and be like, what the hell are they talking about? I will announce the winner of the giveaway in my next YouTube video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Thank you guys once again for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you understand my stance on just kind of like not taking something that someone worked really hard on and created and giving my opinion on it, because at the end of the day, my opinion doesn't really matter. Regardless of your opinion on the brand or on the person or anything that anyone creates, you still kind of have to take into consideration that the person behind the creation has feelings and probably worked really hard on it. And if you look at it from the standpoint of, say, the example I gave earlier, you worked really hard on like a painting or a picture or anything, and then someone just like drug it through the mud, that would really hurt. So I'm just not gonna do that. I think that products kind of speak for themselves when you watch them perform, and you can base your decision off of the demonstration that I get. And I really hope that you understand that. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all of you once again. I can never say it enough. Thank you so freaking much for giving me the best birthday that I've ever had and for hitting 100,000 subscribers. That's literally insane. Okay, I'm going to go home. I'm going to edit this video. Hopefully it'll be up by noon. I promise you, when my life settles down, I'm going to be way better. I promise you. I will inform you of all of the things going on in my life very soon. But thank you guys for always being so understanding. I love you all, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Oh, and one more thing, if you see my boyfriend's truck on the news being stolen and held at ransom for $11,000, just mind your own business, okay?